Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to achieve this motion blur technique to create an expressive quality in your self-portrait, but also to hide your identity to some extent. So I'm going to start off with a clear portrait of myself, and the first thing I'm going to do is make it black and white. So I think you don't have to make it black and white, but I am going to, because I'm going to then add color to it later on using filters. So we go to so we go to layer, new adjustment layer, black and white, and click OK. And then I'm just going to try different filters. I think from memory, the green filter was pretty good. I actually want something that has a lot of contrast. So I think the green one, or actually even the yellow one, I'm quite happy with that. And then I'm going to do just a basic workflow edit, which means that I'm going to fix up the tones, and I'm also going to, so I'm just going to fix the tones up. I don't need to worry about hue saturation. So we go new adjustment layer and we go to levels and click OK. So I'm just going to play with these a bit using the option key, get some nice rich blacks and some good whites. And I'm going to just lighten the overall appearance of that. Like that. I think that should be fine. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, just go on to my layers. Over here, you can see there's my background layer, which is the original color image. There's the black and white conversion layer, and that's the levels layer. So I can go back any time and adjust those. I can switch them off, get rid of them. Okay, that's the whole point of having layers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the background layer and I'm going to blur it. So what I need to do is, once I've clicked on that, I go to filter and I go to the blur section, and I'm going to pick motion blur. There's all different sorts of blurs. You can experiment with any of those, but I actually found that motion blur had exactly what I wanted to achieve. And that's that's kind of the effect that I want. You can change the angle of the blur, but I think that maybe that doesn't work so great. But I actually like the horizontal look. So I'm going to just put it there on, and horizontal would be 0. Actually, I can type in 0 to get that. I can actually blur it more and blur it less. It actually looks better when it looks like it's purposely blurred. That's it. Then I just click OK. And so that's the blurry image. I'm just going to add some grain to that just to make it look like I purposely changed the look of the work rather than taken a blurry photo. So up here, I'm going to go to the top level. I'm going to add a new layer. So I'm just going to go plus down the bottom. Some of you, if you have the old Photoshop, will have a little rectangle with a fold. That means add a new layer as well. And I'm going to fill this with grain. So what I do now is I go layer, fill, edit, fill. So it's edit, fill. And I'm going to pick gray, which is 50% gray, okay? And then click OK. So now I've got a gray layer on top. So there you can see I'm down the bottom, and then there's all these layers, and the gray is right up the top. So make sure it's right up the top. If it's not, you can drag your layers around. And now I'm going to add some grain to that. So I'm going to go to filter, and I'm going to go to filter gallery, and I'm going to pick the film grain, which is already there because I've been using it a bit lately. I can make it more grainy if I want, pick sort of more highlighted. Okay, then I click OK, and I'm going to blend that into my photo. So you can pick, well, actually don't mind the color burn. It looks very dramatic, but I don't want it to look real. Overlay looks pretty good too. Soft light. Actually, vivid light looks good too. I like vivid because it looks really grainy. I think I'll go to vivid. If you were to go to something like color burn and it was too strong, you can also just change the opacity of that layer so it's not as intense. So you could do that as well. You can do it that way. You can have a play with the opacity of each layer too. Okay, so that's it. So I've got a very grainy, fuzzy, atmospheric photo of myself. And next lesson, I'm going to show you how to combine that with another image to create a sort of a story or a sort of a feeling or an expressive quality. Okay, that's it. Make sure you save your work. So save as, I'm going to save it twice. I'm going to save it as a Photoshop file, which means it retains all these layers just in case I don't like something, I can go back and I can sort of fix up these layers. So I'll make sure I do that. So I'm going to call it motion blur and save it as a Photoshop file. Click save. Okay. And I'm going to save it one more time as a JPEG, which can then be inserted into a Google Slides folio. So change that to JPEG and click save. Okay. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.